is Andrew, and I'm not a good person. I used to think I was. But after what happened last summer, I know the truth. I'm a coward. And now, I think something is coming for me because of it. Welcome to Clock Strikes 3 Storytime. Let's begin. I left my friend to die in the woods. Then he followed me home. It started when my friend Chris found this hidden campground deep in the Catskills. He called it our private paradise. He was always looking for off-the-grid spots to camp, places no one else dared to go. I just went along for the beers and the break from my crappy apartment. We left before sunrise, with Chris at the wheel and me half asleep in the passenger seat. When we finally pulled up, the place felt wrong immediately. The trees loomed too close, and the air was heavy, like the whole forest was holding its breath. Chris loved it. He jumped out laughing and shouting about the vibes. We set up camp next to a dark pond. The water looked like oil, black and motionless. I kept glancing over my shoulder, feeling like something was watching us. Chris teased me, calling me city boy and telling me to loosen up. I tried. I really did. While setting up the tent, I found this weird metal tag half buried in the dirt. It had the number 27 on it, worn and rusted. Chris thought it was a good omen, some secret sign. We were meant to find the spot. He tied it to a branch over our fire pit like a twisted charm. My stomach churned, but I didn't say anything. After sunset, the woods felt like they were pressing in on us. Chris suggested we go explore with our flashlights. I said no at first. Something in me screamed to stay by the fire, but Chris wouldn't let up. He called me a coward, said I was killing the vibe. I wanted to prove I wasn't scared, even though I was terrified. We started into the woods, beams of our flashlights slicing through the dark. Every tree looked like a figure waiting to step forward. We found an old sign nailed to a tree that said cemetery. Chris, of course, wanted to check it out. I begged him to turn back, but he just laughed and pushed on. Finally, we reached the cemetery, a small clearing with broken, mossy headstones leaning at odd angles. Chris moved ahead, reading the stones out loud in a mocking voice. I stayed back, my light fixed on the trees behind us. That's when I heard it. A slow, deliberate crunching in the leaves, getting closer. I turned and saw a shape step between the trees. Tall, draped in rotting cloth, face pale and long, eyes like black pits. My blood froze. I looked at Chris, but he hadn't noticed. He kept laughing, shining his light at the stones. Then the figure started toward us. I should have called out, warned Chris, done something. But all I felt was a surge of blind panic. I turned and ran. I ran so hard I nearly dropped my flashlight. I didn't look back. Chris's voice shouted after me, but I didn't stop. Branches clawed at my arms and face as I tore through the woods. When I finally reached the campsite, I dove for the car. My hands shook so badly I dropped the keys twice before I got the door open. I started the engine and sat there, hyperventilating, staring at the trail. I thought about going back, but the thought of that thing, the pale face, those empty eyes, kept me frozen. After what felt like an hour, I finally stepped out, too afraid to leave, but too ashamed to stay in the car. I didn't sleep that night. I sat by the dead fire, ears straining for Chris's voice. But the woods were silent. At dawn, I decided to look for him. I moved through the early morning fog like a ghost myself, calling Chris's name even though I knew he wouldn't answer. The woods felt different in the daylight, less monstrous but somehow more accusing. Every branch looked like a pointing finger, every shadow like a judgment. I followed the trail back to the cemetery. The air smelled sour, like rotting leaves, and something else I didn't want to name. I forced myself to step into the clearing. The headstones looked even older and more broken than before. My eyes darted around, searching for any sign of Chris. Then I saw it. Chris's flashlight, lying in the grass, its lens cracked. Nearby, the number tag, 27, hung from a low branch, swaying slightly even though there was no wind. My stomach turned. I felt bile rise in my throat. I should have run right then, but some twisted sense of guilt pushed me forward. I followed broken branches and scuffed earth away from the cemetery until I saw something through the trees. A small, rotting cabin almost swallowed by vines and moss. A faint glow flickered from inside. I crept toward it, every step heavy as lead. The door was ajar. The smell hit me first, wet, moldy, and coppery, like old blood. I pushed inside. The floor was covered in muddy footprints, and on the walls, strange handprints smudged in ash or something darker. In the center of the room sat Chris, or what was left of him. His body slumped against the far wall, his head tilted at an unnatural angle. His eyes were wide open, staring at nothing. His mouth hung slack, as if he'd been screaming when he died. My knees buckled, and I fell forward, retching into the dirt. Then I heard a dragging sound from somewhere deeper in the cabin. I looked up, my whole body shaking. A figure emerged from the shadows, the same one I'd seen in the woods. Tall, pale, its face stretched and hollow. In its hand, it held Chris's wallet like a twisted trophy. I scrambled backward, smacking into broken furniture as I clawed for the door. The figure tilted its head, as if studying me. Then it raised its free hand and pointed directly at me. A single, slow, deliberate motion. I bolted. I don't remember the run back. I don't remember the forest at all. Just the pounding of my heart and the whisper of my name echoing behind me. When I finally burst into the clearing, I dove into the car, keys already in hand. The engine screamed as I tore down the dirt road, branches slashing at the sides of the car. I didn't stop until I reached the nearest town. I stumbled into a gas station, filthy and babbling, demanding help. They called the sheriff, but when they went back to the site, they found no cabin, no Chris, just our campsite, trashed and deserted. They questioned me for hours. I told them everything. Well, almost everything. I didn't tell them that I ran and left Chris to die. They said they couldn't press charges because no body was ever found. No proof, no crime. Just me and my story and my guilt. I was released eventually. No charges, no closure. Just an empty apartment waiting for me miles away. When I got home, I thought it was over, but it wasn't. That first night back, I heard something outside my window, a slow, dragging sound. I told myself it was the wind or my imagination. But then came the whisper, my name drawn out long and wet, just like in the woods. Days passed, but I never really slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Chris's face, pale, mouth agape, eyes frozen in terror. I heard the whispers at night, always calling my name, sometimes so close I thought I could feel breath on my neck. I tried moving apartments, didn't matter. The first night in the new place, I woke up to find muddy footprints leading from the hallway to my bed. My sheets smelled like pond water. I nearly passed out from fear. One morning, I found Chris's wallet on my kitchen table, soaked and stinking of the woods. I threw it away immediately, but the next day, it was back, sitting exactly where I'd first seen it. The police didn't believe me when I called. They thought I was losing my mind, and maybe I was. I started seeing Chris too. Out of the corner of my eye, I'd catch him standing in the doorway or in the reflection of my bathroom mirror. His mouth always moving silently, as though trying to tell me something or condemn me. I began to hear the dragging footsteps inside the apartment, moving from room to room at night. The whispering turned into crying, long, hopeless sobs that would echo down the hallway until the sun rose. My guilt is a living thing now. It coils around my chest, tighter each night. I know I left him to die. I know we could have escaped together. I see it every time I close my eyes. The moment I turn my back, the look on his face, and the guilt over that instant I chose myself over him. Last week, I found the number tag 27 on my pillow when I woke up. It was slick with black pond water, the metal cold as ice. That night, the whispers turned into screams. Chris's voice calling me over and over until I nearly clawed my ears bloody trying to block it out. Tonight, it's worse. The air in my apartment is heavy and wet, like the pond. I hear his voice, louder than ever. He's not whispering anymore. He's calling me by name, each word soaked with betrayal, echoing with all the things I did and didn't do. I can feel my hand moving toward the door now. My body feels like it doesn't belong to me anymore. The guilt has hollowed me out, and now there's nothing left to fight with. I don't know what's on the other side, but I think I'm about to find out. So what would you have done? Would you have stayed or run like Andrew? Let us know in the comments. We read every single one, even the ones that keep us up at night. And if you enjoyed this story, give it a like. It helps us keep telling the dark, twisted tales that haunt us all. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be with us next time we wander a little too deep into the dark. Until then, think carefully before you turn your back on someone. You never know who might come knocking later. Sleep tight.
Stay spooky.